Music Radio.
Greetings, Earthlings, starseeds, shapeshifters, snake people, metalheads, punk rockers, and rock and rollers.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the first episode of Obscure Oasis. This is a little show where we listen to good music, chat about UFOs, other oddities, and just have a good time.
Thanks to my brother from another mother, Bear, at Gunn Music Radio for hosting us. We'll be here every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Nick and I have been talking about doing something like this for a while, and we're really looking forward to sharing our time with you.
There's so many bands out there, many of which have yet to be discovered, or have been rocking out for a while but flying under the radar. So much music that's underrated. We're going to play them all.
If you have a favorite song that you want to hear, send us a message on Instagram at Sagan Official, and we'll give it a listen. If it fits in with our theme, we'll spin it, and we'll give you a shout out.
Tonight's show's going to be a blast. We'll be listening to a bunch of music from different genres. Let's get started with our favorite band, Hail Sagan. Then we'll roll into Vision of Disorder and Blood Command.
Stay tuned. Afterward, we'll be talking about the new website the United States government has recently launched, known as All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, aka AARO, and the UFOs that we caught on video here in the desert, and much more.
We will initially subject the planet to a very intense bombardment of radiation. The conquest and occupation of the Earth will then present no difficulty. When the ionization intensity has fallen by 1/2, the final extermination phase can start.
To be right, you just so bad on lose your vibration. Lies, can't kill the truth in your mind. I'm deep love in the soul destroys agenda. Countless villas, wicked billions, underhanded snakes. Concealed dark horse, trying life force, building the divine. Why don't you get out of your head and let your cause and take over forever? Try to see the freedom within. The great illusion has taken its time. Countless villas, wicked billions, underhanded snakes. Concealed dark horse, trying life force, building the divine. Keep your light out for those who are sleeping. I, for a nothing sound machine, got to resist and stop them now. Countless villas, wicked billions, underhanded snakes. Concealed dark horse, trying life force, building the divine. Smoke, please, and turn to the light.
to Obscure Oasis with Sagan and Nick.
We just listened to Inner Metal by Hail Sagan, Element by Vision of Disorder, and A Villain's Monologue by Blood Command. Let's start with Arrow and then get to the good stuff like our UFO video that we haven't shared publicly.
Yeah, isn't Arrow that poorly designed government website?
Yeah, you guys can visit it at www.aaro.mil and go see where our $2 trillion in tax dollars is going.
Yeah, I highly suggest you should go and check that one out.
All that money and the best footage they could get was like filmed through a potato.
Where's our tax money coming from?
I don't know, but I think our UFO footage is much better on our little smartphones.
Yeah, we got some good footage on our smartphone we're going to talk about later.
This website, Arrow, claims that it'll be collecting UFO activity reporting by, like, I guess maybe the public and military officials that were afraid to come forward. I don't know about you, Nick, but I don't want the men in black at our house saying, like, all right, Sagan, there was no alien. The flash of light you saw in the sky was not a UFO. Swamp gas from a weather balloon was trapped in a thermal pocket and reflected the light from Venus.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No flashy thingus, I want to remember what's going on. So we haven't released ours, but let's see what some other people have had to say about this. So we checked out a popular social media app where the story was first posted, and this is what some users had thought about it. Okay, so right off the bat, like we should trust the government, someone said. The videos look fake, which I do agree. Some of them are a little...
Yeah, some of them are a little iffy.
I don't know. There was some artifact in one that made me think it was like placed there. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never been on a submarine wherever they recorded this stuff. This one's funny. I can make UFO videos like that on my phone, which incidentally takes better video than the ones the military is using. That's pretty much our video.
Well, that's because the military is using taxpayer potatoes to take the photos.
Well, yeah. Another one. They're joking, right? This is the best they can do. This website sucks. The government already spies on us. I'm not going to report myself to this website. If I see something flying around in the sky, I'm with that guy.
I am too.
Nice try, FBI.
Nice one.
That's that famous saying that you see on like alien and UFO like subreddits when someone comes along and tries to discount something. Nice try, FBI. The implications for non-human entities in our airspace is life-changing. There we go. We got a believer. So there you have it. Everyone hates the government.
Well, yeah, they either hate them, they don't distrust them.
I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fence where it's like you got to have a little bit of trust in something, but then at the same time, they haven't been having the best track record, so I don't know.
Well, if this stuff isn't real, then we can kiss all alien movies goodbye,
yeah.
all of that stuff. So hopefully it's real so we can get more stories.
I'm here to tell you that I've had real experiences, and I'm not like, on any like mood-altering medications. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do anything. I don't even have sugar, caffeine, like literally nothing. I'm white-knuckling it through life. No substances. And I've seen and experienced some really weird shit. So I don't know. I believe. But speaking of non-human entities, by the way, you and I just recently watched that like almost 2-hour-long congressional hearing. Like we were the only people on the planet that watched it, right?
Just us two. 2 hours. Nobody else on the planet cared except for us.
We tried to tell people and they were like, oh, that's too long. That's literally the answer. That's too long. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's aliens and you're telling me that this is fucking too long?
Or who cares? If they were here for a long time, they would have bothered us by now.
Or my favorite is, are they gonna pay my bills tomorrow? Because if not, I don't care. So it was a hearing on unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAPs, which is the new fancy word for UFOs because the government didn't like UFO.
Yeah. They just needed to classify it something different so they could take more tax money.
Well, yeah, they need to pay for it, so it's got to sound good. So UAPs is the new UFO. And there it was revealed that before the world, in front of everyone that no one watched,
except for us,
a former U.S. intelligence official, David Grush, acknowledged working for a multi-decade-long UAP retrieval program. They are shooting these things down, and it's Roswell. It's it's Area 51, like everything we heard about. It's all real. And they admitted that the United States Department of Defense is harboring non-human biological remains on U.S. soil. So I don't know. I mean, it was pretty jarring to hear that come out of his mouth at that hearing, and like no one was laughing. It wasn't like a joke. Like they're serious. Like they have evidence. They have something that proves that this is not like
that
foreign
they'll never show us.
Well, no, they'll never show us. No, instead we get potato film dots, but whatever, we got to take what we can get, right? Well, let's get down to it. As low budget as this website is, there's definitely something going on in our skies. I mean, you and I have seen some weird stuff in the high desert here, and military drills don't really like explain the gravity-defying nature of what we've seen, right? I mean, you've seen it too.
You can pretty much go out any night in the high desert here and see something weird in the sky.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at these videos that the Department of Defense has declassified. I'm sorry to laugh because I take this topic very seriously, but these videos are just not it. We're going to compare them to our video. I've sent ours to a couple of friends and family. I don't think they knew what they were looking at. We'll get into that in a minute. So here's the site. Again, it's aaro.mil. Here we have a UAP video from South Asian object, sensor number 1. So when you hit play, it says unclassified in green, and there's a bunch of like jargon.
So there's
it's either what, like is that like a...
So the scene is...
I don't know what that is. Is that a drone? Like an unmanned
some sort of
airplane?
There's some sort of an object, like a drone or a helicopter, some sort of a black fading out dot.
Here, let's play it again. Because they don't let you rewind, and you can't do anything. You can't zoom in. It's very archaic. Okay, so it looks like a flying saucer from like the 1950s.
It looks like...
Didn't they used to take hubcaps and fling them into the air and take photos?
It looks like
they were all
a flying
hoaxes?
Squirrel just...
I don't know what the hell that... I got to see that
screen.
one more time. Hold on. Guys, you got to get on this website and check this out immediately. It's hilarious. Okay, so...
Black and white.
It's black and white because
like
they can't... Because $2 trillion can't afford color video
They
over
couldn't
here.
have taken their iPhone out and filmed it in color.
And they didn't zoom in or show us really anything. Okay, so there's that. $2 trillion. What did they say in that movie? Independence Day. You don't think we spend $1 million on a toilet or a haircut or a hammer or something like that, he says. Okay. This one's kind of cool. It's a UAP video, Middle East object. Let's take a look.
So this
Another
one's
green
filmed
one.
from the aerial view looking down.
So it looks like, I don't know what that is. It's a
There's
desert.
a building, a desert, and a river. And a bunch of stuff.
This is surveillance over like a landscape.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff blocked out.
Okay,
so
there's a dot.
see.
Oh, it's a sphere. It's a silver ball. A sphere. Whoa, that thing's booking.
It's like a phantasm sphere.
Well, we totally manifested that. We watched that movie too many times.
Yeah, we watch it about once every month.
Yeah,
the entire
this whole thing. Well, we skipped the second movie because that was bullshit.
Well, that one doesn't count.
Well, they did Mike wrong in that one. They left him out, and
they did him dirty.
Yeah, I'm not watching that one. We only what was it? 1, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sentinel Sphere. So if you guys have seen Phantasm, the silver ball that chases everybody in the mausoleum from the tall man, that's what this is. Let's watch it again.
Except for this video isn't as cool because it doesn't drill into somebody's head and massive amounts of blood.
I mean,
fly out.
Be that as it may, it also has like no context.
No context.
There's no zoom in. It's not.
It's something you could easily just Photoshop in a ball on some military footage.
So the military says that this object in the clip is not exhibiting anomalous behavior. I'd like to say that a silver ball flying through the air erratically is pretty anomalous. So I'm going to disagree with the military on this one. It says the object remains unidentified. Okay, I think we just identified it. So
yeah, it's identified.
I don't know what's going on.
It's a Sentinel sphere.
This one's cool. So this one says UAP video Western U.S. objects. The reason why I like this one is because it's in the West where we're at. The West is the best. However, aside from that, it's very similar to our video in the way that it looks. So I'm not going to dog this one too bad because our phone didn't take the best video either.
This one could be the realest one that they have on this site.
Although there is a little artifact on this one that kind of freaks me out. I'm not sure if that's like meant to be there or if they put it there or if it's just a dirty lens. Like, come on, $2 trillion, wipe your lens off. Get your shirt out, wipe it off, do something. Okay, so here you see like 3 dots, and they're like intermingled in a sense, right? They're it's almost like some kind of
They're like going all at the same time. They're like linked.
Yeah, and so my first, I guess idea about that is it's like a slide where there's 3 like smudges on it and they're moving it across the screen. But then later on they break off and they go in different directions, and that's a lot of like what we saw in the skies here in the West Desert. So that's the wild thing about this phenomenon is these things pretend to be stars. So if you're not looking for them, you're not going to notice them, guys. If you're out there like just living your life and you're not looking up, they're just doing their like alien UFO business right over our heads, and you might mistake one for a plane or a satellite, and sometimes that's all it is because we sit out there often and check it out. And
yeah,
9
hide behind
times
clouds.
out of 10, it's a plane. But
yeah,
if you look closely enough, though, some of them are anything but.
Yeah, the planes don't move in right angles or jitter back and forth.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Well, those V-shaped formations we've seen like a few times. It's way too high and too fast for a drone, because the first thing I thought, that's got to be some drones or something. But then one will zip off and then stay stationary for like an hour. Do we have the technology for a drone to just sit for an hour after it zipped off at like, I don't know what the speed was. I don't have a way to clock it, but it looked faster than anything I've ever seen in the sky. And yeah, there's a military base out there, but I mean, if these are the best videos they can come up with, I'm not convinced their airplanes are doing much better than that.
Yeah. Well, the airplanes don't hang out in clusters, and they can't stop on a dime and then then pick back up. They can't go in reverse.
And then like zip off and then twinkle like a star. Because I've seen it happen so many times, and our video depicts that as well. And like I said, we've sent it to a few people privately. They didn't really have much to say. We're still kind of considering whether or not we want to make it public. If you guys really want to see it, if enough of you write to us and tell us you want to see it, maybe we'll post it.
And then the Men in Black will come, and this will be the last episode.
But we have to come out and say that we have no interest in suicide. Neither of us feel that way. We love life. So you won't find us out in the desert, like in some weird situation. If anything happens, we didn't do it. And I don't know, we'll think about it. But the ones that we saw interact with each other and then function in a way that defies anything I've ever seen in the air in terms of our military capabilities or aerial capabilities. And then the fact that some of them will zip off so fast and then just stop. And then they don't move. And then they become a star.
Or they'll fade out.
And we'll pull out like an app that shows you like the night sky, and what we're looking at is not on there. So I can't describe more than that. It's hard to see with the naked eye. We do have really nice binoculars that help, but they're really heavy and annoying, so we don't always have them with us. They're like military
they're half
style.
out of focus all the time.
Yeah, they're out of focus. By the time you get them focused in, whatever you just saw is gone, and it's really hard to get a good look. So this is just something you have to kind of get on video and, I don't know, battle with Arrow. I guess you can upload them there and let them know, and hope they don't come to your house and confiscate all your stuff and set you up for some weird shit. But my advice would be, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, and I'm assuming that if you've gotten this far, you are, or you're really fucking high right now, I don't know. That go out there and look, like we spend way too much time on social media. We spend too much time on our phones staring at really dumb videos, really, really dumb videos, and horrible dancing.
So staring at the sky can't be any more dumb.
Yeah.
So you might as well go out, take a look. It might surprise you.
Yeah. When we first started, I've always been a stargazer, but when we first started actually going out into the desert and looking for this stuff specifically, I was very skeptical. And once we began having these experiences, and way deeper experiences that I'll get into as the show kind of unfolds over the next few weeks, I am a believer. There's nothing that can convince me otherwise. This isn't some weird military experiment. This is
it's real.
Otherworldly.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, and we'd be real assholes to think we're the only people on, and not just this universe, but in this existence. Because I know that Jacques Vallée and a lot of other scientists and researchers have talked about this, and this is something that has to do with my experience. If you listen to our album Disclosure, it's all in there, and it's that this stuff is like ultra terrestrial, extra dimensional. This is why we're not finding a whole lot of evidence in our solar system or the nearby solar systems and things like that. It's because these things are coming from another dimension, and that's why we're only getting snippets of them too. You're not getting like full out like Independence Day giant like things, because they're only showing us a portion of what they can in our dimension. But I think that's
we might
good,
not
though.
be our race might not be fully ready for them either.
That's true. I mean,
they might just be showing us a little bit just to get our toes wet.
If you're watching guys on TikTok dressed up like pigs eating dog food out of a trough, you're probably dwelling in the third dimension. And You're not ready for that higher dimensional stuff, so you're not going to see that kind of thing. But if you start practicing, I know there's a guy, I think Stephen Greer, who does that, those meditations. I haven't tried his. Some people don't really like him. I don't really know what to say. I don't have a view one way or the other. They think he's kind of a grifter, taking advantage, but he has meditations. They're like Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, CE5 meditations, where supposedly if you try them, you can get into contact with these beings. Or I meditate, but I do like real meditation. I do like the sit down.
And then your head splits open in the third eye.
Yeah. Oh, you want to tell them about that? Oh, guys, you're never going to believe this.
So I get a text the other day. I was out. Nick, I was meditating last night, and now there's a giant gash in between my eyes, dripping blood.
So I woke up, and I was like, why is my head wet? And I like touched my forehead. I thought one of the dogs like licked me or something, I touched my head and I looked at, and there's like blood. And I'm like, okay, what the hell, So I run into the bathroom and I look in the mirror, and there's a gash right between my where my third eye would be. And I told Nick, I was like, I'm stigmata, come lay fruit at my feet. And he was like, what the hell did you do? And he's like, only you, And I said, I did a third eye meditation.
We went through all the possibilities of what it could be.
My nails were just trimmed and filed. There's nothing sharp around us. He asked me like 20 times, are there razor blades on the nightstand? I'm like, there are for me. I have magnesium vitamins that I cut, but they're really far away. I swear I'm not cutting myself in my sleep with razor blades. Like, there's no way this thing came near me. Like,
plus she was sleeping.
Oh yeah, and like a dead ass deep sleep. So I like woke up with this, and it was there for a few days. It's just starting to feel, it's really deep. It hurt to the point where like I couldn't even cover it up with makeup because I was afraid to get it infected. It's still there a little bit. It's going away now, but there's still like, I don't know. I look like the Exorcist when they put at the end when they put the makeup on her when she's like done being when they've exorcised her. Yeah, and she's got the makeup over the slashes. That's what I look like right now. So
not the Exorcist where she's peeing on the floor.
No, that's the same movie. Oh, but no, I wasn't peeing on the floor. Although I did pee in the bed that one time.
Yeah, she did.
Is that too much information?
She also walked on all fours, arched with her hands behind her head.
I do that all the time, though. That's my favorite thing to do.
We have races around the house.
Yeah. Well, speaking of movies, we're going to get to that after the next bit of music here. But we'll leave it up to you guys to decide. So head over to that Arrow website and see for yourself. Let us know what you think. Also, we know hardly anyone wants to watch a congressional hearing. It's probably boring, but the recent UFO hearing was very informative, so check that out too. But let's get back to the music. Up next, we're going to listen to some Skinny Puppy, Who's, Screw, and Post-Rapture Party. A little old and new school industrial post-punk pagan metal fuckfest. And then we're going to share an obscure movie recommendation from our personal collection.
And anybody who hasn't heard Screw, that's Danny Lohner from Nine Inch Nails band. So give them a listen.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yep, they're pretty cool. Also produced by the Al Jorgensen as well.
Of Ministries.
Ministry. Here they are, Skinny Puppy.
thing that's real? The police used to watch over the people. Now they're watching the people. Now is the only thing that's real.
paradise.
You're listening to Obscure Oasis with Sagan and Nick. Welcome back, Ghosts and Ghouls. We just listened to Warlock by Skinny Puppy, Burning in Water, Drowning in Flame by Screw, A Bat's Dance by Post Rapture Party, and Staruha by Hools.
So I've been an avid DVD collector for most of my life, and laugh if you will, but we don't have to rent any virtual movies from the greedy streamers. So.
It's wonderful.
And my collection's been vast and filled with lots of outlandish oddities and some regular things like comedies and standard fare, but you've been acquiring my obsession as well. Am I wrong? Have you not been adding some titles?
I was a little skeptical at first, but now that we don't have to like search endlessly through Netflix or any of the streaming platforms, it's pretty nice.
Where they can charge you up to $25 to rent one movie.
And we know that we're going to have them forever, and nobody can just go, oh, we're not going to show that now.
Yeah, so...
It's pretty awesome.
So we're always looking for something new and intriguing, and if we like it, we'll buy the DVD like that night after we're done. So lately we've been trolling like Amazon Prime, Tubi, Freevee, just to see if there's anything that we've missed, because those are all free, and there's always a hidden gem in there. I don't think there's ever been a time that we've searched through there that we haven't found something.
Yeah, Tubi's pretty awesome. It's a good supplement to the DVD collection.
Yeah, so this one we found on Tubi. It's a 1986 horror comedy called Monster in the Closet by Troma Films of the Toxic Avenger fame, which is the only reason I gave it a chance. Well, that's not the only reason. Why did we really give it a chance?
We gave it a chance because of who's in it.
Okay, so the actors were better than whatever they're putting on Netflix originals, which is crazy. As cheesy as it sounds, this movie was actually pretty good. The bonus is a star, a very young child.
Paul Walker.
Yes, known for his Fast and Furious movies, which Nick loved him for his tuner car drama, and I loved him for his actual love of sharks and saving the ocean. So it was kind of cool.
And he's almost unrecognizable in the movie because he's so young.
He's like really little, probably about 8 to 10. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I think it's probably his first movie.
It is, and he stars throughout the entire film, so you can see him quite often. And there's also another star in there, Stacey Fergie Ferguson.
Yeah.
She's from a band called the Black Eyed Peas, so we all know Fergie.
And
we're not going to tell you what happens to her, though.
When she came on, Sagan goes, look at her hair.
Yeah, I said, what's with this kid's hair? And I go, she looks really familiar. And then later on, I found out that's because it was Fergie. The synopsis of the movie reads, after a series of murders in San Francisco that all take place inside closets, a reporter and his scientist friend decide to uncover the mystery and save California. The killer is revealed as a monster in the closet, responsible for the gruesome attacks. So, of course, we were kind of like, okay, I don't know, but I liked it.
It's good. The special effects are really awesome.
Yeah.
The acting was good.
Yeah, it was actually surprising how well the acting was for this kind of a movie, and it actually won an award, believe it or not. So if you're worried about that sort of thing, in the Gotcha Movies article, Final Destinations and Killer Condoms, Monster in the Closet was selected as the 8th greatest moment in teen slasher history.
Yeah, which is really tough to go up against a movie called Killer Condoms.
I know. Well, that's the article, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to even be in that article, though?
No.
Is that something that kind of a word that you actually want your movie in? I don't know. The Troma movies, what's it, Lloyd Kaufman? He probably liked that. Have you seen some of the others? It's Class and Nukem High, some really weird ones. And that's why I gave it a chance, because I'm a fan of those films.
Well, he's just so unique at his filmmaking art.
It's cheesy, but it's good cheesy. And Monster in the Closet is no exception to that. Was there anything in particular, without giving away, that you liked?
I liked all the stuff flying across the room.
Yeah, there's like a couple scenes where there's stuff flying, and
we won't tell you what.
We won't tell you what or why, but when you see it, you'll know. And that was one of my favorites too. And then just like cute little Paul Walker.
Yeah, Paul Walker, Fergie,
and a bunch of other people that I don't know who they were, but apparently they had little careers out in Hollywood.
Yeah. Anyway,
we had so much fun tonight, and I can't wait until next time.
Thank you again, Gunn Music Radio, for hosting us, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in.
Don't forget to come back next Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Two Weirdos in a Studio. I mean, Obscure Oasis.
We're going to leave you now with a personal favorite, Dominion by Sisters of Mercy. See you next time.
Heat of the